Good morning, January 21st. Today I enter into the limitless variations which the Divine Spirit has projected into my experience. Excuse me. Our first quote comes from 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 24 through 25. For all flesh is as grass, and all glory of humanity as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away, but the word of the Lord endureth forever. And from the Raja Yoga philosophy, all products of Brahm, which is reality, are themselves real, and there is nothing different from it. Whosoever says that there is anything different is not free from illusion, but is like a person talking in their sleep. And from the Bhagavad Gita, the unreal hath no being, the real never ceases to be. Our reading begins. The Gita tells us that unreality has no existence, while reality cannot cease to be. Our lesson also states that all the efforts of the Spirit are themselves real, and that there is nothing different from the Divine Spirit. Jesus tells us to judge not according to appearances. However, he does not tell us that appearances are unreal. The unreality of appearances lies not in the thing itself, but rather in our interpretation of it. If we spiritually interpret the universe, we shall understand it, enter into it, become one with it. We shall see that the bird, the rock, the mountain, and the river are spiritual manifestations of the joy of the divine mind. The illusion is seeking to interpret them by being as start that sentence again. The illusion is seeking to interpret them as being separate from the infinite. The blade of grass may wither, and the petals fall from the flower, but the idea, the word of the Lord itself, endureth forever. This is a very interesting lesson, since it teaches that there is not only a fundamental unity, there is also an eternal variety. Without this variety, life would become stagnant. And our affirmation this morning: today, I enter into the limitless variations which the Divine Spirit has projected into my experience. I know that all things are good when rightly used. I perceive that all experience is a play of life upon itself. I enter into the game of living then with joyful anticipation, with spontaneous enthusiasm, and with the determination to play the game well and to enjoy it. And so let's take that into our time of silent meditation. So I invite you to go deeper with your next breath, to recognize with me, to recognize, to know again that there is only one infinite, one ever present, one all powerful substance, activity, creator, one absolute reality, one infinite intelligence, one peace, one love, one life. By whatever name we call it, it is all there is. We reference it by many names to give ourselves a frame to talk about it, knowing that it is unlimited by the idea of the name we choose. I know it creates in multiplicity, in variety, and that every expression of creation contains the divine, that every expression is an idea in the divine, that the form and the function, impermanent as they may be, stem from an idea that is eternal. The heart of the infinite choosing to know itself as its creation, to experience itself as its creation. And so I know that my life is creation's life, that it is experiencing itself through its divine idea and creation of this entity, this person, this life that I call me. The divine idea in the mind of the infinite. And what is true of me is true of all. And so each human expression, a divine idea in the mind of God, a purposeful, intentional idea in the mind of the infinite to expand its experience of itself in, through, and as its creation. Each one real, made from absolute reality. Each one containing all that the divine is, just as every drop of water contains all that the ocean is. We are created out of it, by it, to be it. We live, move, and have our being within it, surrounded by it, and it within us. And knowing this, I speak my word this morning, claiming and affirming that that is the central focus of our awareness, that we live from this spiritual aptitude, this spiritual understanding, living in spiritual practice that keeps us aware, that aligns us to that right usage that the reading talked about. To live in alignment with the truth of our being beyond interpretation, allowing ourselves to discern spiritually, to truly embrace and embody that life is unfolding itself as each of us, that every experience is an opportunity to know the divine as our experience and as everyone we experience with. In the truth of oneness, it's all the divine unfolding itself. It's all life unfolding itself. And so I speak my word, claiming and affirming that I move beyond the temporal interpretation, beyond the conditioned interpretation. And I allow myself to know in the silence of spiritual contemplation an understanding of each moment that is unfolding. I allow that to be my experience. I allow wholeness to be my foundation. I allow wholeness to be my lens of interpretation. I allow wholeness to be my experience. Grateful to feel that subtle shift into gratitude, that subtle shift that recognizes itself, the self revealing the self to the self, that gratitude that knows it's already done, the confidence in the thing not seen but known in the heart and the mind of the infinite. And so in this confidence, in this faith of knowing, I know that the only thing left to do is to release my word, which is the word of the infinite spoken in, through, and as its creation. And so I release, I let go, I let all of the human control, all of the human ideas, I surrender those and I let go, knowing that the divine has already fulfilled itself, always says yes, and has already made it so. And I step into this day with full awareness, my attention and my intention to see the unfolding of the word made manifest. And I invite you to join me as we anchor this together by saying, Ashe, Shalom, Aho, Amen. And so it is.